Okay, so first things first, you want to make sure you choose the right mascara. So these are my 3 favorite mascaras that I have. They're all from Maybelline. This is the Falsies one, this is the Lash Sensational one, and this is the Pumped Up Colossal one. And you're also gonna need one of these thingies to curl them. You're gonna want to make sure it's clean, that it doesn't have any mascara residue right here, because that will rip off your lashes. Also make sure that this little rubber thing doesn't have like a dent in it, or like a cut in it where you've been using it for a long time. Like if it's really old, it'll do that, and it'll also rip out your lashes. So you want to really take care of your lashes and not do that. So every time you're going to use this, you're going to want to clean it. And I'm going to show you how to use it where it doesn't clump everything up and it doesn't make a mess. Okay, so we're going to apply the very first layer. So this is gonna take a long process. Okay, it's not like a quick 1, 2 and that's it. And I think a lot of people have been applying mascara wrong because they do that, and it makes your lashes clumpy and droopy and not fluffy and, you know, cute. No, this way, whenever you do layers, it's gonna give you that volume, it's gonna give you that separation, it's gonna give you that length that you need. And like I said, this will work even if your lashes are short and droopy and very straight. Every time you take it out, you're gonna want to wipe this little tip off, okay? Because if you apply it like that, it's gonna have way too much mascara. You don't want that much mascara on your lashes the first time. You're gonna want to build it up slowly. So every time you take it out, you're not gonna just take it out and go like that. No, you have to wipe it off. And you're gonna want to start from the bottom up. Open your eyes really big, start from the bottom up, and make sure you get every single lash, the inner, the outer. And with these outer ones, you're gonna want to use the tip, because if you go like that, it's gonna you're gonna get it all over the place. So use the tip. You have to move the brush at an angle depending on where you are on your eye, and then you keep brushing and brushing, and that's the first coat. We're not done here though. We're not done here. And then we're gonna do the other eye. So you're gonna want to do both eyes simultaneously, because when when you worked on this one and you're working on this one is drying. So as you work on this one's gonna be drying up a little bit. You don't want to make it to where it's too dry or too wet. You want to make sure that it's tacky, where you can build up more layers on top of it, but also not dry where you can't move it, or not too wet where it just gets all mushy. That's what you want to make sure it's like in between. So let me hurry up and do this eye. And the key here is to move really slowly. The key here is to move really slowly. And if you get, mascara on your eyelid, don't worry about it. We will take care of that at the end when everything is nice and dry. Because if you try to clean up every little thing you get on your eyelid, it's gonna, 1, take away from your time, and 2, you might mess up what you've created so far with your lashes. Lashes are really sensitive when they're not dry. Okay, so we have that. Now this one I think dried up a little. This one already dried up, so I'm gonna have to just do it, but it's not completely dry, but it's more dry than I would like for it to be. So I'm gonna quickly go in and do the second layer. It's gonna be a constant back and forth movement, back and forth, brushing and brushing and brushing. So this one dried up a little bit too much, but it's still movable. You see, I can still move it, and that's what I like about this mascara, that it doesn't clump. Other mascaras, once it's dry or medium dry, it'll automatically start putting little balls on top of your lashes, and yeah, this one doesn't do that. Okay, now before the other one dries up, I'm gonna dip it again.
You're gonna get it on your eyelid. You're gonna get it everywhere, but stay calm, because if you stop now to clean it, you might mess up your technique. Okay, so this is how it's looking so far. Really pretty. Now once you've dipped it in like 3 times for each lid, you're gonna want to stop dipping it and kind of use the tip, because it's gonna have some of the tip, and apply more as you go. And now on this this is getting towards the final step of applying the mascara. You're just gonna want to brush it without any new mascara, because any new mascara is gonna start making them too clumpy and droopy. So after you know applied your layers back and forth, you're gonna want to just brush without dipping it back in. This is gonna make that wispy effect. And honestly, you can apply as many layers as you want. With this mascara, it doesn't even clump. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the amount of layers I applied, and the length and everything is good, but you're not done yet. This is still very, very wet, and it's on the danger zone. So if you go in and start cleaning up the mess that we made, it's gonna move them, and you don't want that. And if you use this thing now, it's gonna mush them together. So you want to wait until it's completely dry, and don't touch them. Try not to touch them. So if you have shorter lashes, it's not gonna be all the way up here, right? But they're still gonna be full, wispy, and separated, which is what we want. Now for the bottom lashes, the same thing. I'm gonna show you how to do that. You're gonna want to take your brush again, clean it out really good. Don't let that little thing on the tip get away. So then you're gonna go to your bottom, and you're gonna tilt up as well. Actually, sorry, you're gonna tilt like this, because you know when you're doing your top, you tilt like that, and when you're doing your bottom, you're gonna tilt like that, so it creates separation between your lid, so you don't get it on your lid that much. So let's get into it. So you're gonna go like this, and just on the middle make a little brush like that. Slowly brush them. Once you get to in here, you're gonna want to use a tip like that, because it's good then. And you see how I have little balls, kind of, you're gonna want to brush those out. I don't like too much on my bottom lash, but I'm gonna do. You see how it has a clump right here? It's getting clumpy. You're gonna want to just brush it out. Brush out the clumps, separate them. And that's pretty much it. Do you see how around here it looks kind of like clumped together a little bit? It's dry. Let's see. No, it's still wet. It's still a little bit wet. So I'm gonna just separate that a little bit, because as it dries, it gets like a different form sometimes, because it's still wet, you know, in gravity. So you're gonna want to just brush it out in the middle when they're drying out. So yeah, as they're drying, you're gonna want to brush them so they can keep that shape, because as they dry, they might you know, move a little bit. The air, just you blinking moves them. So just make sure you keep brushing them until they dry off. Don't dip it in and brush it again. Just after you're done your bottom lashes, you know, just give it a quick little reshape, and then we wait. I can clean this one right here with a Q-tip, but I cannot clean this up right now, because if I go in there and clean this up here, it's gonna move my lashes and it's gonna make them weird. So you're gonna want to let them completely dry. It's a process, so that's why you can't really rush your lashes. That's like the most important step, in my opinion, after Well, with the lips too, I like the lips. But yeah, lashes are really important, so don't rush them. And then do that. And then kind of blend the rest of my makeup in. And then voila, it's clean. The bottom ones are dry already. That one, they usually don't take that long to dry, the bottom ones. But the top ones, the way you realize if they're dry or not is if you touch them like this. So right now I can touch them. They're still kind of mushy, or like they're dry, you know, to the touch. Like nothing transfers to my fingers, but they're still not dry like hard, you know, like stiff. Still not there yet. They're still really flexible and they can move. So we're not gonna go in with this yet. We're gonna wait. This is the last step. Well, no, sorry, close to the last step. There's one more step after this. So now we just wait until our lashes are really dry so we can make them. You're gonna want to get your little lash curler, but you want to make sure it's clean. So we're gonna go in and just get a makeup remover wipey and clean it on this end, the inner, on the bottom of it, like right here, all around. You want to clean it, because if it has mascara residue on there, it's gonna like create kind of like glue consistency and it's gonna rip off your lash. So you want to make sure it's clean on the edges, everywhere that it's clean. Let's clean up the mess, because after you do this, you can't. Here, the cleaner your lid looks, the more natural it looks for the mascara. You don't want to have a bunch of mascara. You want that clean look. Now we're gonna go in with, so you want to tilt back a little bit and get all them in. Go from the edge like this and get the ones on the edge and the ones in the inner corner. And then you want to like push this back a little bit. And you don't want to get it too close to your lid because it's going to hurt, but get it as close to the lid as you can before you clamp it. And then once you have it like that, you're going to clamp it and hold it for 10 seconds. So 1, 2, 9, 10. Release. And then this, you want to be careful and you want to like kind of wiggle it out like that, and then blink a little bit so it comes out naturally or easier like that. And it should look like that. See the difference with the lash curler and without clamping? This should not hurt you at all. It should not be painful. If it's painful for you, you're doing it too close to your lid. So you have to back up a little bit. If you're doing it too far out, it's going to create a dent. So you don't want that either. You want it to be not super close, but the closest it can be to where it doesn't hurt you. And sometimes I go like pulsing like that. That's pulsing or holding it. You can do either or. Just do it for 10 seconds. And then same thing, you're going to want to wiggle it out and blink a little bit carefully. If you do it fast, you might rip off your lashes. See how it's kind of stuck right here at the end? It's kind of stuck. You want to be careful with it. I probably left a little bit of old mascara on the end and it's struggling to leave. So I'm going to blink. When I blink, they release. And now both are curled. Now I'm going to show you this. It doesn't have any lashes on here, so don't think that I ripped off any lashes. I know that looked a little painful, but it was not painful. You see, there's no, oh, what am I doing? There's no lashes that were ripped off here. All my lashes survived. Okay, so now that we have our very beautiful, very fluffy, very curled lashes, you're not done yet. You're gonna wanna get something that has like a good tip, because you see how here it's kind of like it's not looking too cute. It's like looking a little messy because we did clamp them. It's gonna mush some together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get something kind of like the back of an earring. You can use the back of an earring, but I don't know how sanitary that would be. You have to clean it first and everything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my tweezers that I use for my eyes, for my eyebrows, and my face. So I'm gonna use some tweezers. I already cleaned them because we're gonna be close to the eyes, and we're just gonna like kind of go in there and separate. The way I'm doing this, I'm clumping it together like that to create a little point. I'm not doing it open like that. I'm doing it like this to where it creates like a little, kind of like a little tool to just move them around and shape them again. Looks more, notice how this one looks a little bit more wispy than this one. This one's more like clumped. So if you like the clump look, you can leave it, but I like it to be a little bit more wispy. So I'm gonna do the same thing to this eye, and look how it changes. So you see how, you notice how here there's kind of like a little crisscross, like a little clamp or a clump. You're gonna want to move it around with your tweezers. And we are finally finished with the lashes. It took me maybe like 10-12 minutes to finish everything. So it is a major part of your makeup, but if you really take the time to brush them out, apply the layers, let it dry, curl them, separate them, and then you should get the same effect. Of course, it's gonna vary depending on your length, but this is how you get the wispy long luscious lashes. Leave a comment in the comment section if you are already using one of my tips, or if it's new to you. How are you liking it? Did you use it? Any other ideas you would like for me to know, let me know, and I will respond to you. Please like my video and share it, and if you do watch my videos already, I would really appreciate it if you would at least watch the majority of it, because whenever you skip through it or you exit out, that affects us small YouTubers negatively. They don't really promote our videos like that because people are not watching them. So yeah, thank you so much for clicking on this video and choosing to watch it. I really appreciate every single one of the views. Thank you.